Welcome everyone to episode 9 of Pixel Pals with me, the Yorkshire Gamer, and
Retro Sega 81. Hi everybody.
how are we doing, everyone? So yeah, 9 episodes in, Dylan.
That's crazy, yeah. It's actually went so fast. Like it doesn't seem like we've actually had time to do 9, but yeah, that's crazy.
I know, and I think there was we had like a 3-week break because I were ill and on holiday and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I say, it's gone really quick, hasn't it? Crazy.
I think it has. Like, I mean, to be fair, this whole year has just like blinked and it's been gone, eh? But yeah, it certainly doesn't seem like we've had enough time to be doing 9 episodes anyway, like. So that's
almost
a good
sign. Yeah. Don't worry, your phone is not broken. It's me, the Yorkshire Gamer. I'm in the editing room and I'm putting the podcast together. And I've just realised we've said that this is episode 9. It's not. It's episode 8. So throughout this episode, we are going to refer to this episode as episode 9. But in actual fact, it's episode 8. So please accept our apologies for our ignorance. And we hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast. I guess the bonus is, it means that there is going to be another episode in the works. So there's 2 more episodes left. So, yeah. But enjoy the podcast, and I'll catch you later. Almost at double digits.
I know. Might have to do something special for that, or think something a bit different. I don't know.
Yeah. What should we do? We have to get us thinking caps on. But yeah, today I put a video out just asking for questions and stuff. So I've got quite a few questions, and I know that you've been given some as well. So I've got a big long list of all the questions. And to be completely honest, I've not really looked through them, so I've not really prepared any answers.
Well, I've only seen one of them, I think. So I've tried to purposely not look at some. So I thought we'll try and do it a bit off the cuff tonight and see how it goes.
That'll be interesting, won't it? But yeah, have you been up to much this week?
Gaming wise, I've only literally been playing the Precinct, to be honest. The game I downloaded, but there was an issue with it because I'm PS5. El Mundo actually messaged me and he said, "Oh, have you been playing it recently?" And it was a few days just after the podcast. I hadn't played it, and he said, "Don't play it. There's seemingly an issue with the saving." And it wiped out his save. And basically on PS5, they had to do like a patch update. She says it's okay if you don't go into it. Just don't go into the game, and then once the patch comes, you'll be fine. But I think he was on like day 12 within the game, and then because of this issue, he couldn't get into his save, so he's basically had to start it all over again. Thankfully, I think I was only about 3 or 4 days in, so I just left it a few days, and then the next day I came in, the patch update was there ready to go. So it's been fine ever since. So I've just been playing that recently, but I'm so addicted to it. It's so good. Like, I don't know if it's getting a little bit repetitive, like the stuff I'm doing in it, but it's still fun enough that I'm really enjoying it. So I'm hoping as I go through, it might change bits of it, keep the sort of interest peaked. But yeah, it's good. So if you've not played it, I'd definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I've not played it yet. I've seen bits of it, like clips of it. And just with you mentioning like there's days, is it like an end day, or can you just go on and on and on forever?
So basically, like once you get through the tutorial part, which is about maybe 2 or 3 days in the game, if that makes sense, what happens is at the beginning of every day, you go into like your meeting room with all the police guys and stuff, and you get to pick what shift you want to do. So you can either do like an on-foot one where you've got to like walk the beat, so to speak, parking violations, or you can do like cruising about in the car looking for speeding cars and things. And I've now just unlocked the helicopter one, so I can now go up in the helicopter and you fly about the city, just basically checking license plate numbers to see if anyone's got outstanding warrants, and if they have, you can chase them, or they come over the radio and shout like, "Dispatch, come to this area," and you can accept or decline the mission, and you go away and do it. So it's really clever. It is pretty cool. And the way it's set, I think it's meant to be like in the 80s. So I think I said before, the music's really like nostalgic and like like the sine wave type stuff and retro-y sound, and it has got a retro feel to it. So it definitely ticks all the boxes for me. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Like,
it sounds good.
Only like £25 on the PS Store as well, so it wasn't like you were paying like a massive amount for it. But yeah, honestly, I've been really enjoying it. I think it's really good. Like,
That might be my next Power Wash simulator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good. That yeah, I don't think there's any other games like that either. Which sounds of it.
Nah, it's weird. It's like if you imagine the original Grand Theft Auto on the PS1, like the sort of bird's eye view down, but just a wee bit more of an angle. But obviously, you're the police side rather than the criminal side. And then
Yeah.
it has just got cool. Like something happened the other night, and I was like, so there was a disturbance with a fight because I was doing the night shift type thing, and it was put me in a district where they were saying you have to keep the peace with like the drunken party goers and all this stuff. And it came on the radio saying there was a fight had broke out. So you got to that area and the two guys ran away. So I ran after one and my partner ran after the other. And you have to make sure you're quite close to them because the guy jumped over a fence and then hid in like a big dustbin, like the big huge dustbins at the back of like a restaurant in America and stuff. So if you were too far away from him, you wouldn't find him. But then it goes red on the map in a bigger area and you've got to like search about. But thankfully I saw him jump in so you can haul him out and arrest him. But I was like, how cool is that? I never even knew that was going to be like a part of it. So yeah, it's just wee touches like that. It's just such a cool wee game, eh?
Can you play online as well, or is it just like a?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I think it's all just single player. Eh?
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool though, because you would think they could probably incorporate that. But I don't think I've never seen anything online with it. But yeah, I wonder if that could be something they could do, which would make it even better, I suppose. Like, because that'd be pretty cool to be able to kick about with your pals doing it.
That's it, fighting crime and having a laugh at the same time. Yeah, it sounds good.
Exactly. But yeah, that's it. I've been pretty much just playing that, and then I was out in Glasgow at the weekend for my pal's birthday. We stayed over in Glasgow, so we went to can't remember what the place was called now, but it was like a indoor golf place. It was all like a luminous lights and everything like that. You went down underground type thing, and then they had darts and radio control cars and everything.
Right.
So we were there for a good few hours. My pal arranged it, and then basically just went out for something to eat, and then went round to the pubs and that and watched the Champions League final and things. So it was an action-packed weekend as well. So
sounds good.
It was early nights on Sunday and Monday. Catch up.
Try and recover.
Exactly. I'm getting too old for it. What about yourself?
In terms of what I've been up to, so on Saturday, me and Mrs. went to see the new Mission Impossible.
What's it like?
It's really good, actually. We only just watched the previous movie on Netflix. So, to be honest, I've never seen a Mission Impossible movie, whereas my missus, she's seen a few of them.
I've not?
I know, yeah.
They're really good. The first one's brilliant. The first one's really good.
To be fair, like I've wanted to watch them for ages. I remember I went into a charity shop probably about 6 months ago, and they had the first 4 movies on Blu-ray for £1. So I'm like, I'm going to pick them up. I'm going to watch them. Never watched them.
It's good. Like, I mean, I think we're going to watch them in order because I don't think I've seen the second last one. So obviously this one at the cinema I've not seen, but the one before it I don't think I've seen.
Yeah.
But I've seen all the rest. But I think Charlene, my wife, she really likes them as well. So we said, well, why don't we just try and binge them all? And by the time we get through them, the new one will probably be out on some sort of streaming service that we can then watch it.
Yeah. So yeah, we watched the previous movie on Friday and went to see that on Saturday. And yeah, it's really good. I do recommend going watching it. And I think it's mad that Tom Cruise literally does all of his own stunts. And like when you see some stunts that he does in that movie, you're just like, you absolute idiot. Yeah. What are you doing? But he'll not beat Jackie Chan in his prime.
Are you seeing the new Karate Kid with Jackie Chan yet?
No, I've not. I do want to see it.
No. Yeah, I want to see that as well, but I've not seen it yet.
Yeah, I saw an interview with Jackie Chan, and he was saying, because they asked him, "Do you do your own stunts in this movie?" And he goes, "Well, back in the day, I used to be able to do, used to jump up in the air and do 3 kicks, pow, 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 and then when it got to like rush hour, I could jump and do 2 kicks, pow, pow." He goes, "I could do 1 kick now." And he just left it at that. He didn't say yes or no. But Jackie Chan in his prime, it just he's my hero.
I do like Jackie Chan. How old is he now then? Because he must be a fair age, but he doesn't quite look his age, I don't think, But
I'm gonna Google it.
Be a fair age.
I reckon he's definitely in his late 60s.
I would say. No, see, I thought he was older than that. I was going to say 71. Whoa. I thought he was older than that.
71.
Oh, is he 71?
Yeah.
Jeez,
Wow.
I mean, he doesn't look 70. I knew he was older,
Yeah.
but when you look at him, he doesn't look 71, and he's still like fairly gets about and everything as well, eh? So,
Yeah. Wow. What a guy.
legend,
Um,
like
but,
legend.
but yeah, apart from watching the movie, in terms of gameplay, I've been playing a lot of Westlife,
Ah,
Fan-o-Mania,
yeah. How's it been going?
trying to brush up on my Westlife knowledge. Um, so when I looked, cause, the reason that I've wanted to play it is to do the speed run. And
Yep.
when I looked online, it says you just need to complete the game. And I thought, it's a quiz, that's
Mhm.
fine. I could bosh that out. And somebody who's emulated it has finished it in like 1 minute and 53 seconds or something. I thought maybe they've put like the fast forward thing on and just selected all the answers.
Mhm.
So I went live. I did it live on TikTok. And what I didn't realize is there's 5 rounds. They're all multiple choice, but on the last round, it's sudden death. So if you get a question wrong, it's game over and you can't complete the game.
Right,
And in
right, okay.
that last round, there's 10 questions. And every time I got to that round, I would always get the first question wrong. And it'd be like, oh, I've got to start the game all over again. But the questions I asked in the last round were questions like, what color underwear is Shane wearing? It's like,
Ah,
it's like black, red or blue checkered, not wearing any. I was like, how am I supposed to know this?
yeah.
But I went back onto speedrun.com to just double check the rules and stuff. But what I didn't realize is there was 3 subcategories altogether. So there's one for just playing the game all the way through. Then
Mm.
there's one for how quickly you can get to 1,000 points and how
Mhm.
quickly you can get to 2,000 points. So I went back on the pre-recording of my of my live, and I did get to 1,000 points. So I looked on speedrun.com and nobody's entered it. So I was like,
Oh,
I'll take that then.
nice. There you go. So how do you submit that then? Can you submit that somehow? How do you do it?
Yeah, you got to make an account, but then basically what you do is you've got to upload your the clip of you doing that achievement.
Mm.
So I uploaded it onto YouTube, but put it on like private, so link only. So if you can only watch it if you've got the link, and then you just fill the
Right.
form out, and it'll basically ask you what game is it, how you played it. So is it on hardware or emulated? Then it'll
Mhm.
ask you for your time, and then it'll ask you for the link for the video clip, and then somebody has to review it. It's not like
Mhm.
automated. Somebody has to
Yeah.
literally watch the playthrough. So I submitted it last night, and it was like 2 o'clock this morning. I got an email saying, "Yeah, it's fine, it's gone through." So, so
Oh, so
you,
is
yeah,
your
so
name now on it then, or is
yeah, so
that it?
you're looking at the fastest person in the world to get a
Yeah.
£1,000, 1,000 points on Westlife Fan-o-Mania.
That is brilliant. Like, I hope you've got a screenshot of that somewhere, or get a
I'll,
photo of it.
yeah, I have to put it on wall, like frame
That's
it.
what you say. That's what
Wait,
I'd be doing.
I'll get the game as well. I'll put that in the frame and then get a
Mhm.
plaque fastest.
Aye. See, you're joking, but I would do that. If that was me, 100% I would do that. Because knowing my luck, one of my pals would see that and then think, right, I'm going to do it quicker than him,
Yeah,
and then knock me off. So I would definitely take a screen print of that and get it up on your wall, because then that's it in eternity after that. And it's quite cool if you could put it with the game as well.
yeah. So I've been looking at other speed like games to speed run,
Mhm.
games that have not been entered yet, and I picked one up from Kenny's in Dinnington called
Mhm.
Baby Felix Tennis. So if you remember the cartoon Felix the cat,
Oh,
um,
yeah. Mhm.
it's basically a tennis game with Baby Felix in it. And
Mhm.
again, people have done it on emulator, but they've not done it on original hardware. So I think
Yeah.
I'm going to try that next. See how
Is
that
that
goes.
PS1 as well then? Yeah.
Yeah, PS1 as well.
That's
Yeah,
PS1. Now you're gonna have to send me the details of this. I'm going to see if there's any Mega Drive ones I could.
yeah, you
But
should.
then probably Mega Drive, there'll probably be ones. I'm looking at my games now to see if there's any that I could try and do. Yeah, go and send me the details of that, and I'm going to try and see if I could find a Mega Drive one. There's bound to be an obscure one
Yeah,
that nobody's really looked at.
I think what's good as well is there's like I said, there's different subcategories. So like for the
Mhm.
Westlife one, I thought, oh, it's just a game. I've just got to complete the quiz. But then I saw that there was these other subcategories. So there's like other games where it'll just be like, how quickly can you do the first level, or just the second level, or just the third level? You know, rather than doing all of it. Or like if it's points based, it'll like quickest to get to 10,000 points or whatever. So yeah, I'll send you details. But yeah, it's worth having a look.
Send me details, because I'm definitely want to try and do that now, because I want to put it up on my wall.
But that's about it. Oh yeah, and I went to Kenny's, and I had £500 to spend in his shop. I've already posted the first half of the video.
I saw that. Yeah,
I didn't realize how long the video would take, and I got, like, because when I record it, obviously I edit it after. But when I said, "Oh, we're halfway through," I looked, and I'd been recording for like 8.5 minutes. I'm like, that's going to be too long of a video, so I had to stop it. But yeah, I'm going to post the second half tomorrow, which would be Wednesday, which is when this episode will get released. So yeah, but I did get a game that was £150 for the collection. But I guess we'll have to wait.
PS1 as well, or you're not going to tell us till we see the video?
Yeah, to be fair, all of them bar one was on PS. Well, no wait, all of them. Yeah, all of them bar one are on PS1. So the first game that I showed is a PS2 game, but the rest of them were just PS1 games. I just wanted to bulk out the PS1 collection. So
nice. I look forward to seeing that then. See what you got. I did see your first video, so I want to see what the full haul is for sure. Like,
yeah, so a lot of them were like the cheap titles that I just wanted to fill out. Quite a few sports games that I remember playing as a kid, but yeah, as an adult, I'm not too fussed about sports games, but you know, just for that nostalgia, to go back and go, oh yeah, I'd like to play that again. Like especially like the footy games. Like the footy games are just like compared to these days, they look rubbish, don't they? But I just love them. I don't know, there's just something about them that I like.
But then they're quite good fodder as well, like you say, because loads of people used to say that to me about, oh, it must be expensive to have like a Mega Drive collection or your PS2 one. See, if you aim at a lot of sports games, it's not, because there's so many of them that are so cheap. And there is some that are not very good, obviously, but there is a lot that are good, like, so if you are looking to like bolster a collection for those sort of older systems, definitely sports games is the way to go with some of them. Because obviously you can get loads for your money, and it's even like that with the PS2 games. Like there's tons of sports games that are like £1. It's crazy. Like even like your Pro Evos and stuff that were like massive back in the day, you can pick them up for like £1 or £2 now. And you think the price you used to pay for them like back then, I was like, they're probably never going to really go up in value. It's more the fact that, man, I used to play that when I was younger, and I can now play it for like £2 to get it.
Yeah. Exactly. Did you say there were? Was it a Championship Manager game on PC from like 95 or 96 or something? That's quite
so
mega
it was like
expensive.
Well, they're hard to find, like the discs of them, So it's like 96, 97, 90, like 7, 98. There's like Championship Manager Italia was one that came out, and there was like all these different spin-offs and stuff, But you just literally don't see them on any like sites, like Steams or CD Keys or anything like that. Obviously, you do get the ones that come up on like disc on eBay and stuff, but they are that bit more expensive, I don't have a disk drive even on my laptop of that, so I would have to buy a disk drive to then, and I'm like, I can't be bothered doing that. But you do get the random ones you do see in like CEX and stuff sometimes, and there is a few that you will get cheap, but the older ones, I think they can go not like crazy money, but if I see a game and it's that old and it's like £30 or £40, I'm like, how often will I actually play it? I don't. Is it just the nostalgia of it? But it's funny because there was so many spin-offs of it. Obviously, some are a lot rarer than others.
Yeah, I think it's a shame, isn't it? Like how much games go up in price, because there's one game in particular that I've been after for ages, and the only one I can find, the copy that I can find is on eBay, and it's like £250, and I just can't justify spending that much. The game is called Ghost in the Shell, which is on the PS1, and I remember playing the demo to death back in there. I think I got it with a PlayStation magazine, but I really want it. But at the same time,
what type of game is that? I've not even heard of that. Ghost in the Shell. What type of game is that?
It's a weird one because it's like essentially you're like a little robot, but it's like shaped like a beetle, but you can climb up walls and stuff and shoot stuff, and so I guess it's like a shooting game, but you're basically inside this like robot, going around like this. I think the first area is like a shipyard or something. But yeah, I just remember loving it, just being able to crawl around in this robot and shooting helicopters and stuff. But mate, one day.
I know that's it. It's a lot of money to shell out, and then you're like, but I suppose if you manage to get the funds there to do it, then just go for it, man.
Yeah.
Go for it.
If Kenny had it in his shop over there, I would have.
I was going to say that. Yeah, if you had that £500 there, and then you could have like justified it, and then you still would have had a lot of money left over to buy tons of other stuff.
Yeah. One day. Right, yeah. So we've got 9 questions. So what I was thinking is maybe we'll read out 4 or 5, and then as part of this episode, me and Dylan have set each other like a quiz. So I'm going to put a quiz to Dylan, and then he's going to put one to me. So maybe if we do like 4 or 5 questions, and then we'll do a quiz, then we'll do the rest of the questions, and then finish on a quiz. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sound good to me.
Cool. Right then, so let's get to the questions. So the first one is from Matito, and his question is: have you played a game, progressed through it, and died, or the game's crashed, and when it's loaded back up, you've had to do a lot of the work again because you've got to save it at a certain point because you've gotten into the game, and he's put, it's so frustrating when that happens. So yeah, has that happened to you? Can you remember a time when that might have happened?
It happened, but I can't remember what game it was, and I just remember freaking out. I think it was like a Fallout game, maybe. It was one of the Fallouts I had, and it was. I'm sure I can't remember what one it was now though. I want to say maybe like Fallout 4 or New Vegas or something, and I got like loads far into it. And then the thing was, and the thing, this was what then made me do this, is to have like multiple save blocks, but I would just keep using the same one all the time.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure, I can't remember what Fallout, it was definitely one of them, and that happened to me, and I had been like hours and hours and hours and hours into it, and I was absolutely raging. I do remember going back and playing it, but then ever since then, any game that I play, if they've got multiple save blocks, anytime I save, I always save over like 2.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. Even when I'm playing like Championship Manager 0102, which I used to play quite a lot on stream, I would have like, say I went Dunfermline, I would have Dunfermline 1, Dunfermline backup, and I would save and just do it that way, because I was always paranoid that would happen again. Hit and run, Simpsons Hit and Run, I would always do the 2 saves and things, but yeah, literally any game that had multiple save blocks, I would always save over 2. And it's because of that. I mean, there has been other occasions where that's happened, but I think the Fallout one was the worst one because I was so far into it, and I love Fallout, and then I was like, and I had to start it all over again.
Yeah, I think it's good practice in it to do more than one save just in case. Yeah, definitely. Because
100%.
I think it's happened to me loads as well. But the only game that I can really think of is Final Fantasy VII. But it was on one of the handhelds, and I was playing. I must have been playing for about 2 or 3 hours, and it crashed. Basically, the game just crashed. Like shit. So I had to restart the console, the handheld. And when I got back, I'd realised that I'd not saved at all in this 2 or 3 hours. I was like, "You're kidding!" And I just couldn't be bothered to go back to it after that. I was like, you know what, stuff, I'm not playing you now. Yeah, but yeah, I can't. That's the only game that I can really think of. I can't think of any others. But yeah, it is frustrating, isn't it, when it happens?
It's soul destroying though, especially if it's like say it was like a whole evening's work,
Oh,
even
yeah.
just like a few hours. Like as I say, it's like, oh, that's how you spent your evening. Then you feel like I've achieved nothing now because it's wiped out my save, and then it's not what. Like I think, like for example, there's El Mundo that told me about the Precinct, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
was on like day 12. So that's like a good few hours. Like
Yeah.
I don't even think I'm on day 12 even yet, and I've clocked up a good few hours on it. Like.
Okay.
And he was raging. Like some of the messages he was sending back to me, it was raging. But I was like, "There's nothing worse." There is, but at least he was kind enough to give me the heads up to say, "Don't go into your save because the same will happen to you." Eh?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at least he gave me the heads up.
Oh, man. Well, the next question is from Shivers. Thank you, Shivers. The question is, what's the most embarrassing thing you've done in a video game?
Embarrassing. Really think of one, to be fair. Probably just any driving game I play, how rubbish I am at it. Like, would be, it can be quite embarrassing at times. But geez, apart from that, I can't really think of anything. Like, what about yourself? Who you got? See if
The,
maybe your one might jog any memory for me.
the only one that I can think of was the first time that I played Uncharted 3. And it's near the beginning where I'm not sure where it's quite dark outside, but you're climbing the side of this building. I think you're trying to get to a car inside so you can drive off or something. And you're climbing this wall, and normally when you like lean, he'll like put his arm out to say, "Yeah, I can jump up there." So I got to this ledge, and I'm trying to like move the analog stick to try and get him to like do the arm action, and he just weren't doing it. So I'm thinking, oh, I might need to drop down. So I let go of the ledge, and very nicely placed was a like a street sign sticking out of the wall. Do you know, like an advertisement board thing? So when Nathan Drake dropped, people listening to this aren't going to know what I'm on about, but basically he dropped like that, and he died.
Oh,
So he fell onto the sign with his legs open and crushed his knackers, and that was enough to kill a man, apparently. So,
oh, jeez.
that's the only thing I could think. Oh, that were embarrassing. That's an embarrassing way to go, isn't it?
I've probably, to be fair, I've probably had a few embarrassing humpings at playing FIFA online, like because there's been times with that where I've played and I've been absolutely destroyed, and they could be quite embarrassing ones. But I've not had anything like that I can think of where it's been something that's cringeworthy like that. Imagine that happening. You probably wouldn't want to survive that. I don't think. That was real life.
So Shivers has kindly sent us another question, which is, has there been a video game that has scared or freaked you out that you no longer wanted to play it?
Outlast. That Outlast game. Yeah, so it was brilliant though. I did finish it, and then I wanted to play the second one, and folk were saying no, the second one's even worse. And I don't really get scared with games or that, but I remember I was streaming Outlast on Twitch when I was doing it, and I shat myself so many times. And then I was like, everyone said the second one's worse. I was like, I don't think I can play it because I was literally you were playing it like so slow because you knew stuff was coming and going to jump out at you or that, but that's definitely be the first one that come to my mind, like Outlast, because it was really freaky. Like I don't know if you've played it or anything, but it's definitely jump scare galore. And like I say, the second one's meant to be even worse, and I've still not got around to playing it yet. Like,
is it like night? Well, you got a camera on you. Is it like night vision?
yeah, it's freaky like that. So it's like as you're doing it, that all helps because it's basically like a torch view, and you're in a mental asylum, so you can hear like things shouting and roaring about and stuff. And I played it because I was playing it on Twitch as well. I had it with the headset on, so it's like you get totally lost that you're in there. And a couple of times, my missus like jumped out on me and hinged me, like grabbed my arm, and I absolutely shit myself. And that after that, I was like, no, you can't, didn't do that to me because I was like absolutely bricking it. But yeah, it just totally put me off. And I do want to play the second one to see if it's as bad as everyone says. But I'm just like, that the first one was scary at times.
Yeah.
Like it was really jumpy. Yeah.
Well, I think for me, straight away, the first game that came to mind was Silent Hill. I have played it since, but when I first played it, I was about 10 or 11, and I had my mate round and we were playing it, and we got to the school part. I think it's the school anyway, and you've got to find something in a locker, and you're there checking all the lockers. Some are locked, some are open. Some, majority of the ones that are open are empty. So when he opens it, he'll look and it'll come up with the text just saying nothing here, and then you close it and then you carry on. So anyway, I got to the end of the lockers and found the thing that I need. I think it was like a key or something. And as you walk back, the locker that you've literally just opened, which had nothing in it, it opens and a body falls out of it. And I was like 10 or 11 at the time, and I was like, no, I'm not playing it. I'm not playing it. But I've played it since. Like now I'm an adult, and plus, like the PS1 games now aren't as scary because they're all pixelated. Like compared to like the ones that they make these days, where it's like super realistic. But yeah, like scary games, I do like to play them, but I'm not very good with them. It's like the main reason I've still not played Alien Isolation, because like I've heard
that's so good.
You're just basically being hunted all the time, aren't you?
Yep.
And I want to play it just to experience it, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't want to put myself through it.
It is good because it's totally different to the other sort of Alien games that you think you're going to be like all action and stuff like that, but it's really clever the way they do it, and it does, even thinking back how old the game is, it still looks visually really good, and just the whole atmosphere of it and everything, if you like the Alien movies as well, and you do like your sort of horror games, then it definitely will tick the boxes for you. Like, it is good. I always want to go back and play it. I've only played it like one time when I finished it, and I never ever went back to it. So I think if I did it now, I wouldn't even really remember much of the story. So I definitely want to go back and play it at some point.
I remember as well, because on the PS3 they had this feature where there were like certain parts where you had to keep still, and your controller, if you moved your controller, so the whatever you call it, if you
like
move
the motion sensor to pick up,
like the motion sensor, if you moved your controller, then it'd know where you are, and that just put the fear in me. I was like, no, I'm not ready.
It is, because you had to sit like that, and was there not something with the mic as well?
Oh yeah,
the mic. There was something. I don't know if it was that game or there was another game, but I remember there being a game that you had to be silent as well, and you couldn't put it on mute. You couldn't mute your mic. You had to physically have it on. But I can't remember if that was that, or if it was if I'm maybe getting confused with another game. But yeah, there was definitely that element of it with the remote. You had to keep it like dead still. Any slight movement in the Alien would pick up on it, which I thought was really clever. And there's not. Maybe I've just not played enough of those type of games, but I can't think of many other games that really have had that element in it, especially horror ones, which you would think would be quite good, because you're so focused on it. You're like so focused on keeping it still. It's like your heightened senses and everything you've got.
I think Until Dawn did something similar, actually. With you got to keep still.
Yeah, they did. You're right. And it was a breathing thing as well. There was like the breathing thing they had, wasn't it? Where it was like you had to breathe and push the button like as you were breathing as well. And if you didn't do that right, it was obviously getting picked up.
Yeah.
But that Until Dawn was good. I liked that actually.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I've not played any of the other like spin-offs. What is it like?
Man of Medan and
Man of Medan. That's it. Yeah.
The Dark Anthology ones. I played Man of Medan. I played House of Ash, I think it was called.
Yeah.
And I think I played one other one. They're good. Like, I actually really enjoyed Man of Medan. I really liked that one. I think Until Dawn was probably still my favourite. But yeah, Man of Medan's a good one. It's all set like on a ship and everything. But you just get totally engrossed in the characters. And I like that's. I think it was the Telltale games, The Walking Dead, that sort of got me into them a wee bit. Because I never ever thought I would ever like these type of games, but. They are good. I've got one that I've downloaded on my PS5. I can't remember what one it's called. The Dark Anthology ones that I've not played yet, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called. But I've not got round to it yet.
Yeah, I think there's 4 of them, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be the latest one I've not played. I've definitely played 3 of them though.
Yeah. I think they did The Quarry as well, didn't they?
Yeah, I played that as well. That
Is
was
that any
good.
good?
Yeah, it's good as well. That's good as well. There was only I think there was only one character that used to do my nutting in that one, in the quarry. That was just so annoying. But again, the story to it's really good.
Yeah,
It is really good.
Oh, sweet. Right, the next question is from Chris V316, and he's put, if you've played Mass Effect, what was your most memorable moment from the series, and did something happen to you that didn't happen to any of your friends playing it?
See, it was that long ago since I played it. I can't even remember because I played it when it first came out, and then I only played through it once, and I literally never played it again. But I did like it. I really did enjoy it. But that was at the time where I was doing a lot of like achievement hunting and everything. So
Yeah.
once I finished the game and got pretty much the achievements out of it that I wanted, I just went straight to the next game. I honestly can't remember. I'm trying to think now if there was anything that jumps to mind. I remember really enjoying the first one. I think I preferred the first one to the second one.
Yeah.
But no, as I say, it's honestly that long since I've played it, and I've only ever played it the one time. There's nothing that springs to mind. I honestly can't remember because you've not played Mass Effect, did you?
No,
say?
I was going to say, I think Chris
No.
V is going to be disappointed with my answer. 'cause
Yeah,
I've never played it.
I'm going to try and think of one and do a video on that because I honestly can't remember. No, I honestly can't. There probably would have been something that somebody's died. I didn't want to die in it. Because I did get quite attached to a few of the characters and stuff like that. But no, it's too long ago for me, my 43-year-old brain to remember.
Maybe I'll have to, because I've got them on PS3. I've got the trilogy box set, and I do want to play them. So maybe I'll have to come back to Chris at a later date once I've played through them all. Yeah, sorry, Chris.
You've got me. You've got me.
The next one is from Tricky Trickster. And his question is 3 games and you have to play one, shelve one, and then in brackets, never play again. And then the last one you have to erase from history. So he's given us 3 games. We've got to tell him which one we would play, which one we would shelve and never play again, and which one we would erase from history, and why as well. So the 3 games are Metal Gear Solid. I know what Dylan's going to do with that. Tekken 2 and The Last of Us.
Oh man, by the way, that's a hard route there, right?
When I saw this, I was like, Tricky Trickster, you bastard.
Well, you'll maybe not get the answer you're expecting from me here because if I have to play a game and then I can shelf it.
Yeah.
And what was the first one? Sorry, I could play it.
So the first option is play a game. The second option is have a game on the shelf but never play it.
Oh, right.
The third one is delete from history. Like it never existed.
Right. I would delete from history Tekken 2 because I've played all the Tekken games, well, most of them anyway, but PS1 wise, I have played like Tekken 1, 2, and 3. I actually think 3 is the best one. I really like 3.
Yeah.
So I would delete that. But then, like, I want to play Metal Gear Solid, so then if I say shelf it, I'll never get to actually play it. But then, Last of Us was brilliant. I'm going to have to shelf Metal Gear and play The Last of Us because I've not played Metal Gear. So, and The Last of Us was brilliant. I loved The Last of Us. That again, that like I've said before, that was one of the trilogy of games that made me jump the Xbox back over to PlayStation, to PS4. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's what I'd have to do. Play Last of Us, shelf Metal Gear, and bin Tekken 2.
Nice one. Yeah. Mine's kind of similar. So I would erase Tekken 2. Like Tekken 2 is the first Tekken that I ever played, and I played it at my mate's house, and I was instantly in love with it. Just like, you know, all the different characters. I used to love playing as Yoshimitsu because he was the one with the sword, and then obviously they announced Tekken 3, and I was just obsessed with, like, I needed to like buy every single magazine that mentioned it so I could learn all the new character stories and stuff. And then, yeah, like you said, Tekken 3 is probably my favorite out of the lot. It's just, yeah, for its time, it was like so advanced for a fighting game. but yeah, I think I would be okay erasing Tekken 2. And then yeah, Metal Gear Solid and The Last of Us. These two are like my favorite games of all time. I think I would shelve The Last of Us, but the only reason I would shelve it is because they've brought the TV series out. So if I can't enjoy it on one medium, I would enjoy it on the other. So
that's a good answer, buddy. That is a very good answer.
So if somebody said you're not allowed to play The Last of Us ever again, I'd be like, that's fine. I'll just watch the TV show instead. Because I don't know if have you watched season 2 yet? Have you binged it yet?
I've still not watched it yet. No, still not watched it. So is that finished now?
Yeah, it finished on Monday. Yeah.
Right, so I can start it now. Yeah, I've not started it yet. I'll need to get starting on it though. I've been watching. I don't know if you've probably never ever seen it, but there's a series, American Ninja. It's a movie series. It's like an 80s, the ultimate cheese. I mean, it's absolute garbage. But the first one, I loved it as a kid. Me and my brother watched it growing up, and they're all on Prime. So I was like, I'm going to watch them in order. So I watched the first one, second one, which I've never seen. I thought I'd seen it, but I've definitely not seen it. And it is probably the most terrible film I've ever seen. And I'm now on the third one. And then I've bloody noticed that Prime want you to pay for the fourth one. So I'm like, why did he do that? I never noticed it when I started. So that's what I'm working my way through. So once I finish the third one now, I'll probably jump onto The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Because I've been waiting for it to finish, yeah.
There's only 7 episodes in season 2 as well. So
oh, is there?
Yeah. But it's really good. You know, there's loads of haters out there, but I loved it. Like Last of Us season 2 made me cry as much as the first season. You know, just for some of the things like proper like chokes me up, like, oh god.
Yeah.
And like half the time I had my son next to me watching it, and I was like, it's like trying to hide my tears, and I'm just like, good that weren't it?
Choked on my drink. Choking.
Yeah. But yeah, I would play Metal Gear Solid. If those were the options, I'd play Metal Gear Solid, shelve The Last of Us, and erase Tekken 2 because Tekken 3 is still about.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Awesome. Right, we've done 5 questions, so I think it might be time for a little quiz. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
What do you want to do? Do you want to hit me with yours, or do you want me to hit mine with you? I can't remember words out.
That sounds a bit dodgy. Save that for episode 10.
That's the big surprise.
Then we're cancelled. I don't mind. It's up to you if you want to, however you want to do it.
Go on, then I'll
do mine first, and then
yeah, you do yours first. Yeah,
I'll do that, and because I've got a horrible feeling I'm going to do rubbish at yours anyway. So I've sort of, I mean, I don't know what yours is, but obviously you told me a sort of synopsis of it. So mine's is a little bit similar. So what I've done is I've picked 10 PS1 games.
Yeah.
And I've put them in a line. And what I'll do is I'll tell you the game. And the first one, I'll probably have to tell you. Or mind you, I don't have to. I'll tell you the game. And then the next game I read out, I want you to tell me if the game came out before or after the previous one. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
I have got the dates and everything. So hopefully this works. Now this has all been done on Wikipedia, so I'm going that Wikipedia is right, and it is the European release dates as well, not the Japanese ones or North American. I've went for the European ones, so let's see how we go. So the first one is Alien Trilogy.
Yeah.
So if you want, I can tell you when it came out, or you can roughly guess. If you wanted me to tell you, I'll tell you the second game, and you can guess if it was before or after, or let me know if you want to know what year that came out, just so you've got a sort of starter for 10.
I'll have a guess. Why not? Alien Trilogy. I think it might be 1996.
Yeah, jeez, well done. What month? Let's see if you get that.
What month? May.
Oh, March.
Oh.
Bloody close. Well done. Well done. Right, so you could absolutely smash this if you got that there. So the next game, you have to tell me if it came out before or after that Alien Trilogy in 1996, of course.
Yeah.
And it's Blood Omen Legacy of Khan.
Oh. I want to say, Blood Omen. So yeah, so it's not Soul Reaver Legacy of Kings. That would have been after. So it's Blood. So it's the older one, isn't it? I want to say before.
So that came out before March 96, do you think?
Yeah.
So it didn't.
Ah.
That so what I'll do is I'll tell you when it came out, and then I'll make it a bit better for the next one, rather than not telling you. So it came out in March 97, so it was pretty much
year after.
later that was released. So the next one we've got is Bugs Bunny Lost in Time.
That's definitely after.
You are correct. Do you want to hazard a guess how far after? Or?
I want to say 19. Oh, wait. I'm just trying to think how old I was when I got it. I remember getting it from a car boot, but it was chipped. It was like a chipped copy. You know, when they used to sell chipped games.
Back in the day for like a $5.
Yeah. 1998.
Close, 99. June 99 it came out.
Well.
So not far off. Not far off. So yeah, that was after. The next one I've got is Casper, the game Casper, in the movie.
It'll be before then if it's based on the movie, right?
Maybe. Yeah, it was. Yep, you're right. I don't know if you want to hazard a guess roughly when, if you've got an idea of a year.
Casper. Thing is, I could just turn around and pick off a shelf and look at back for it, couldn't I want to say that's 94. Either 95 or 96. 95.
Oh, 96. 96. October 96.
Yeah.
Well done. Good. Well done there, though. Okay, so the next one is Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, the first one.
Yep.
So I reckon I would have been. Oh wait, so Casper came out in 96. Oh man. I'm gonna say after, but I think it's wrong. 97.
You are correct. 97. Yeah.
Is it?
It was December. Yeah, December 97. It hit the European market. So well done.
Oh, sweet.
So the next one I've got is Pandemonium.
Oh yes, Pandemonium is like one of the older games, so I want to say that's previous. And I'm at.
Maybe, yeah. Do you want to hazard a guess of it? Yeah, right. It is previous. Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to hazard a guess to what year?
So Grand Theft Auto was that 97?
That was December 97. Yep.
So I want to say. It's either 94 or 95, I think. I'm going to say 95.
It was 96. November 96, believe it or not, it hit the European market. Yep. So after that, I have got is Rayman.
Oh, Rayman. That's like one of the OGs. That's like one of the first. It was the first game that I got with my PlayStation. So I'm going to say. Oh, wait. I'm going to say 95 for that one.
Hang on, yeah. That was September 95. Well done. Jeez. Absolutely smashing this, by the way. So the next one is Resident Evil.
The first one?
The first one, yep.
Resident Evil 2 came out in 98. I know that because I did a video about it coming out in 98. So I think Resident Evil would probably be after 95. So I'd probably say, it's either 96 or 97.
I'll give you a clue. It is one of those two.
Let's go 97.
Oh, 96. You still got it right, though, because you said after, so you've still got that right.
Yeah.
So the next one, so it was August 96. Next one is Theme Hospital.
Oh, Theme Hospital. I want to say that's after as well. I want to say that's 97.
Oh, close. February 98.
98.
98. So well done there. Now the last one I've got here is Destruction Derby.
That's going to be before, and I reckon.
Which one has it? Guess when? What year?
It's either 94 or 95. I reckon. So I'm gonna.
It's one of them.
I'm going to say 94.
Let's put 95.
Is it?
Oh, that is 95. Yeah, October 95.
Oh, I said 94. Ah,
Well, you only got one wrong there, so
did
you
I?
pretty much all the rest. Yeah, for the before and after, and then you were bang on with a couple of years as well. So yeah, you've absolutely smashed that.
Yeah, like
Absolutely smashed it.
PS1 games, what I usually do, like if I buy it, I'll go on the back and during the small print, like
Mhm.
it'll say like a few years, like it'll say like 97, 98, 2000. So I always look at the last year because that's the year that game was released. So I've got a habit of just like looking at it. I'm a bit weird like that. I like to like know the nitty gritty. But yeah, I enjoyed that. I have to.
Oh well, that's all stayed up there then, because you absolutely smashed that there. Well done.
Cheers, mate. I feel quite bad now about the quiz that I got for you. I feel like
I'm going to get done.
Cool. Right. So we've got 4 more questions. So the next question is from Game Mark TV, and their question is: what game have you played that you can really chill out to and relax? Mine is Sea of Stars on the Switch. For some reason, just really chills me out. Really enjoying the podcast, guys. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, so he's basically what he's asking is, what game have you played that you can really chill out to and relax?
But recently, it is actually the Precinct for me, which I know is a bit of a cheat answer, but because I've been playing it on my portal, I'm just sitting there lying on the couch, or I've been lying in my bed playing it, and it has actually really chilled me out, just sitting playing it. I mean, obviously, the obvious answers, which I don't know if it's maybe going to be your answer, would be like the car wash simulator and power wash simulator.
Oh,
and
Power Wash, yeah.
Yeah, what was the other one? Like the gardening, the mowing one. I can't remember what it's called, but a similar one.
Yeah.
It's like you're cutting grass and everything. But to be honest, that for me as well is I really like rock and roll racing, which I know is a bit of a weird one, but yeah, I've always loved that game. It's like the music in it's really, really good. Just sitting playing it. It's like one of the ones I can just chuck on really, and I do play it quite a lot, to be fair. And thank you, Matt, who actually sent me it. Matt Heato sent me it last year because he knew that I really, really wanted it, and I hadn't been looking for it, and he did send me it with a really, really nice note as well. So absolute legend. Thank you again for that. But yeah, I would say that's probably up there as well, because that's like one of my go-tos. It used to be a bit of PGA Tour as well. I really like PGA Tour too. But I find as I get older now, I'm getting worse at it, and then I rage too much when I like slice. So I don't think that gives me as much chill out as what I used to get with it. But yeah, I would say them probably the 2 that come to mind at the minute. What about yourself?
Yeah, so like most recent one that I've played, it's probably Power Wash Simulator, because I can literally just clean stuff, and it's just so satisfying, Joe, when you finished it as well. And there's like some parts where it says you've got 99%, and you're just like, where's that last bit? And then as soon as you find it and you do it, it's like ping, and like you get a satisfying like ping noise, don't you, every time you clean something. But if it's not that, before that, it would have been Spiritfarer on the PS4. I think you can get it on Switch as well, but it's just a cozy management game where you collect wood, and then you chop it down and make it into planks, and you collect berries, you shear sheep, you grow crops, and then with all your stuff, you can like cook food and stuff like that. And in the Spiritfarer, basically you're in charge of this massive ship, and you go to like different islands, and that's where you get most of your resource from. But at the same time, you get characters come on board your ship as like a guest or a stowaway or whatever. But it's your job to keep them happy all the time, and you get to like learn their backstories. You get to learn their likes and dislikes, or what the favorite foods are, and then you can like cook it for them and feed it them and stuff. But yeah, it's just so chilled, and I think my first playthrough I put about 50 hours into it, just playing it, and it didn't even feel like I'd been playing it that long, which was the great part. But yeah, Spiritfarer is like one of the only games that's made me cry because there's certain parts of that game where it's so sad. But yeah, I probably, if it wasn't Power Wash, then it'd be Spiritfarer.
I like that Journey as well that you recommended to me.
Yeah.
The music in that was good. I know that's a bit more of an up-to-date game also, but yeah, the music in it was good. And like you always said, you don't have to do like a lot of thinking. You can just sit and play it. And again, I just sat and played it on my Portal, just like chilling on the couch. And I think I finished it in about 2 hours or something. It wasn't like that long to finish it. But yeah, I would say that would maybe be up there as well, actually, because it was quite just a chilled play it and away you go type game. And even some of the Championship managers, to be fair, like the older ones, I can sit and play them, and you just have a chill. So I'll put my Spotify on at the same time, have music on, and just play it. And you find yourself just sitting, getting lost, looking for players that you were like remember have grown up and things like that. So yeah, I quite find that quite a chill game as well, actually.
I forgot to ask you as well, during when you played Journey, did you ever get another character, like another player, come into your game?
Yeah, so I need to go back and I think I took a screenshot of it actually, and then I uploaded it to YouTube, because I recorded like the last hour of my gameplay and I put it on YouTube. So I need to go back and take a screenshot, because I left it running until I got that bit at the end. Because if you hadn't said that to me, I wouldn't have known about that, and I probably would have just stopped the recording. So I have got it. I think there was 4 people, was it 4 or 5 people randomly that came up with, like, obviously their usernames or gamer tags or whatever it is you want to call it. So I need to go in and do that actually, because I was going to send that over to you. You've just totally reminded me to do it.
Yeah, I think only reason I wanted to check is because, like, obviously with like servers, especially for older games, they keep shutting down, don't they? So I think it's really good that that's still going and people are still actively playing it. That makes me happy.
Well, I had 4. I had definitely 4 or 5. Yeah, it was definitely 4 or 5. There was a few that came up. The first time it happened, I didn't even realise, and the person was running about, and they do like that thing where they can talk,
like,
and but
you
can't hear anything. Yeah. And I just thought it was a random person. It wasn't until then they disappeared, and then the next person came along a wee while later, and I'm like, that must be what Mike was talking about, that people come into your game, but obviously you have no way to communicate with them. You don't know who they are. And it obviously then tells you at the end. And that's what I thought was quite good, because I'm like, well, it's an old game. I'm probably really late to the party, but like you say, there's still people playing it.
Yeah, that's good. Cool. The next question is from Relze. So Relze, I follow him on TikTok, and he's a massive Final Fantasy fan. And some of his TikToks are just hilarious. So massive shout out to Relze. So his question is, you go on a road trip around the world and can only pick 3 characters to join you from the gaming world. Who are you taking?
Oh man, that is a good question. I thought it was going to be a Final Fantasy question there. I thought you were saying I'm not going to be able to answer. Oh man, what have you got? I'm going to have to think about that one, because there's that many to pick from.
I think if he told me, if he said 1, I think I'd be all right. But I'm just looking at the. Okay, so the next question is kind of similar. So I'm not gonna mention the one person that I would have picked. So I have to think of some more. So I'll probably pick. First one would probably be a character called Mr. Drippy from a game called Ni no Kuni, and he's a Welsh fairy, but he's about a foot tall, and he's got like a nose piercing, but it's like a lantern. In fact, one second, I've got a little plushie of him.
Oh, cool.
So if you're listening, you're not going to be able to see this, but that's Mr. Drippy. And he is proper tiny, but he's such a funny little guy. So I'll probably take him with me. Who else? I wouldn't take Joel, I don't think, from Last of Us, because I feel like he'd be a bit depressing, to be honest.
I was going to say that. You need somebody a bit more upbeat, maybe, He'd be a bit draining after a while.
Probably spend a lot of time with him. Oh man, I'm struggling as well. 3 characters. I'm just looking around my
Looking at my
games.
games. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm looking at my games above me, and I might have to do some cheap ones, I think.
Um,
Let's see what games I've got here.
I'm just doing a quick Google so I can try and remember some names.
I've got 2 here, but they're absolute cheap ones. But I'm just going to have to say them, and it would be for Rocky on the Master System, and I would have to have Rocky and Ivan Drago. But as a total cheat, but I would love to meet them in real life, so that's my definite 2. And then got to have an actual game character. Who could I have?
I think for my second one, I'd probably pick. I mentioned Spiritfarer. I'd probably take the main character, which is a girl called Stella, and she's the one that does all the cooking and collecting all the resources and stuff. So I think I think she'd be quite useful to have around. But she's a lovely character as well. So yeah, just got to think of one more. One more. Go on a road trip around the world.
Around the world. This is hard. By the way, that's such a good question. Because the thing is, there's too much to pick from, eh? And I know for a fact, whoever else I say, I've already had that's a sort of cheap one, but I'm going to be thinking about this like in my bed when I go to bed tonight. Like, why did I not say do?
You know what? I would take Otacon from Metal Gear Solid, the tech guy. Because he'd be the kind of guy like, if like I need to get through a door and it's locked, he'd be like, 1 second, and I'll just go on his laptop and unlock it and stuff like that. So it's good to have a tech guy, or if your phone packs in or something, or if you want to turn invisible with a stealth suit, I'm sure he'll sort me out with like something like that. So yeah, what was my first? Oh yeah, Mr. Drippy, Stella from Spiritfarer, and Otacon from Metal Gear Solid, I think.
So you've got really good ones. I can't think of any good here. So I'm just going to keep my 2, and then I'm going to say Tony Hawk because he'll have good tunes for the trip.
Tony Hawk, yeah.
So he picked some of the music, didn't he, for the games and things? He had a big hand in that. So at least you get banging tunes while we're going round. It's a complete cheat, but I've honestly had a complete mind fart. I can't really think of anybody from other games that I've played that would be half decent that wouldn't be annoying to take with you. Like stuff like Sonic and Mario, I think would just do my head in after a while. Or Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. So yeah, Tony, he's brought it must have been in the last couple of years, but he's brought out like an album, with all the songs on. I think you can get it on vinyl as well, but again, it's just something that's just stupidly expensive. But at the same time, it's like, I really want it.
You want it? I know.
The tunes are banging, aren't
they? I like the tunes on it. It's the same with Fallout as well. I love like the Fallout games with all the old music and things, and there is a vinyl of that as well, and it's a crazy price. And I'm like, I can't justify just having it for the sake of having it, but then I'm like, I want it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Eh?
Yeah, I'm like that with most things. Like, I don't need it, but I just want it. Yeah, it's not good, is it? The next question is from Cirillo, aka the Yorkshire Gamer's wee bro. So his question is, if you could meet any character from any video game, who would it be and what would you say to them?
We don't have a similar one to this before. No, I'm imagining that.
So the last one was pick 3 characters to join you on a trip.
No, sorry, I mean on another episode, because I think I said I think I said Tommy Vercelli for Vice City. Was it something like that? Oh no, that was what world it was in. Sorry, I'm thinking something else there. What character? I see what you mean. Why you said it's similar to this question before. I don't know if I would maybe have something like because quite a few people have mentioned this in the past. Joel's brother in The Last of Us to find out exactly what happened, like before everything, because obviously you've not really had a lot of detail on that. So that I love zombie things and things that's all similar to zombie type things or like creatures and everything. So I think that'd be quite a good one to find out exactly what happened at the beginning and what was the Joe and him actually like, because obviously Joe and there's a whole cloud amongst that to how what they were actually like. But yeah, I think off the top of my head that would be the first one for me, I think.
So you'd say something and you'd ask him what happened in those 20 years with Joel.
Yeah, why is he so unhappy all the time? Which we know obviously the answer to most of it, but I think I'd maybe want to know more about that, I think.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I think I said in a previous episode that if they could do a Last of Us 1.5 with those two as like the main characters, that'd be really good.
Yep.
But I don't think they'll ever tell us, will they? I think it's too dark.
No.
Yeah,
that's it. Nah.
Too dark of a
And
past.
it's probably, if they did, it's not going to be as dark as what everybody wants it to be. So you'll never quite hit the mark with it, probably.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever tell us, which is probably good. It's probably good to open it to interpretation, isn't it? Right, my answer. It would be Jackie Chan from Jackie Chan Stuntmaster.
Oh, that is a good one. That is a good one.
Because he's my childhood hero, and I've said since I was a kid, I would love to meet Jackie Chan. And I remember one time we went to Madame Tussauds. I think it might have been in London, and there was a Jackie Chan waxwork. I remember taking a picture with him, with like the old, and you had to print it off. And
disposable cameras, yeah.
And I had it in my bedroom, this picture, and I convinced my mates that I'd met Jackie Chan because they knew how much I loved him. I'm like, I met Jackie Chan in London, and I think I did a free, the Two Truths, One Lie, or whatever it was.
You did.
I told you that I'd met him. So yeah, if I had to pick a guy or a character, it would be Jackie Chan. I know it's kind of cheating, but he's in the gaming world. But what would I say to him? I'd probably just say thank you for just being a legend. And for all your movies, for breaking multiple bones in your bodies for our entertainment. So I'd probably just say thank you, Jackie.
But that must be surreal for like actors and things like that, because you think how many people have got so much like nostalgia, like childhood memories of like Jackie Chan, for example, and like even when people's like in interviews and that, they say to them, oh, like even if the interviewer says, oh, I was a massive fan of your movies growing up, and they always say, oh, thank you. But you wonder if they actually know how much of an impact they do actually have on people. And that's maybe one person or a couple of people tell them that in all these different interviews. But there's literally probably thousands of people out there that feel exactly the same, if not like even more so, if you know what I mean. Like for me, it's Sylvester Stallone. Like that would be like my dream to be able to meet him and just like talk to him or ask him a couple of questions of that about like Rocky and Rambo and just like his movies that he's done, like Cobra and all that sort of stuff. But it must be like mind blowing to them, that they don't realize the impact they have on people.
Yeah, Jackie Chan, he had so much of an impact on me that when I was a kid, the only thing I wanted to do when I grew up was to be a stuntman. That was like my goal, and I was like looking into it to see, what do you need to have under your belt to be a stuntman, and you need to be good at acting. You need to know at least one form of martial arts, and obviously you need to be good at throwing your body about. And I tried doing all of those things, and then when I got to like 16 and I left school, I went to college because I wanted to do. I did acting in school as like part of my GCSEs, and at the same time I wanted to do PE. But the way that they fell, PE and drama, the lesson slots were at the same time, so they said you can't do both. So I said I'll do drama then. So I did drama, and then I was going to do PE in college. And then I got a full-time job at Mackie D's, and just having that money, I just went for the money, and I wish I'd not. I wish I'd gone part-time at Mackie's and done college. So instead, I just got fat. Yeah. But yeah, that was the thing that I wanted to do as a kid, just be a stuntman. And it's probably all because of Jackie Chan.
Yeah. But then again, that's the same for like Stallone. The amount of people that watch Rocky and then wanted to become boxers and things, just because of that true underdog story and things like that. It's probably a lot of people that are like that. And then look at like Tom Cruise, like him growing up. I quite like listening to him in interviews nowadays, and he talks about when he met like a lot of his heroes when he was younger, in his younger days of acting and things like that, and how he totally aspired to be like them and tried to mimic them and learn for them and everything like that. And then look what we were talking about earlier on about like how he does his own stunts and things like that. He's obviously seen other people doing that and think, right, I want to do this as well. And it's not like it's like small stunts; it's insane stuff that he's doing.
Yeah.
That you're just like, it's incredible some of the things that he's doing. Like I've heard the one that when he's on the side of the plane in that new one, and I heard an interview, and they seemingly had to do it 8 times to get the take. And I'm like, geez, it's not like you're just doing it one time. It's mental.
Yeah, like in the newer movie, I won't reveal any spoilers, but that plane scene, it's literally on for about 25 minutes. So you can just imagine how long he would have had to have been up in the air for to do all of that.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's madness. Like, it's absolutely crazy. Like, I don't think I could do anything like that. I mean, I did do a skydive, believe it or not, years ago. My brother, he got it for me. Was it for my 30th? So we went to, it must have been my 30th, because we went to Magaluf for my 30th, me and all the boys. And it was at the airport. My brother had like my birthday card, and he was like, "Here's your present." And I'm like, "Why are you giving me it here?" And I opened it up, and it was a tandem skydive. And I was like, oh, "No." And a few of my pals were like, "Don't do it. You're not." And I was like, "I have to do it. I can't not do it." And you had like a year to do it, and I done it. And it was. Like it was good, don't get me wrong, but I can't see how people get that adrenaline to want to keep doing something like that. Like, I was so thankful once my feet were on the floor that folk were like, "Oh, would you do that again?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that was good." But I got home, I was like, "I'm never doing anything like that again." Like, no, I'm definitely not an adrenaline junkie like that.
Yeah, I'd love to do something like that. Like, yeah, like when it comes to stuff like that, I always shit myself like going up to it. But I put like a front on, like, yeah, it's all right, yeah, I'm ready, yeah. But inside, I'm like, oh no.
I was the same. I was trying to play it nice and cool, right? So I was shitting it. I'm not lying, because the place that I'd done it from was only about maybe a 20-minute drive from here. So we drove up, and we went up. And then there was like maybe about 10 people there or 8 people there that were also doing it. But this is what I didn't know. So we had to be up there for like 8 o'clock, and then in the morning. They then done the safety briefing thing and everything. So I don't think I would. No, I tell a lie. It was 9 o'clock, but I got up there about 10 to 9 or whatever, and everyone was already there. So we done the safety briefing, and then they were like, right, giving us time slots, because it was a tiny wee rickety plane, like a propeller one, but you could only go up 2 people at a time. So it would be you and the person you're strapped to, and the other person and who they're strapped to. So then came out and said, yeah, here's all your time slots. Dylan, you'll be at 2:30. And I'm like, hey, it's 9:30. I was like, I'm not waiting about here till that time. So I had to go home, because I was like, well, there was nothing there. There wasn't even a canteen or anything. So I went home to then go back and do it. And then I'll never forget the song on the radio when I was driving up to, or when Charlene was driving me up, was that Swedish House Mafia. Heaven's got a place for you. Don't you worry, child. And I was sitting in the car like, fuck, I didn't want to do that. But I was trying to play it total cool, And then when we got up there, my brother was there because he wanted to see it, because he bought it for me. And my mum was there, and my mum was like, don't do it, don't do it. I'm like, I have to do it. And I was like, honestly, I was terrified. But then, and it was a bit cruel, but when we got up there and the plane was going up, it was the most rickety thing ever. And the girl that was like, so I was strapped to a guy, and there was a girl doing it that was strapped to the other guy, and she cried all the way up, and she was like terrified. It's horrible, but that made me feel a wee bit better that I was like, not as bad as that. And because when I was looking about the inside of the plane, and it had bits peeling off it at the side, the window looked really old and rickety. And then the more I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm actually quite happy I'm jumping out this thing because it doesn't look like it's got the actual look of it is going to land again because it was like this really old, like what I'll call like the putt-putt propeller plane, eh?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, when I've done it, but the worst bit is when they open the door and you've got to go sideways and sit at the ledge with your legs hanging out. And that's the worst bit because you just look down and you realise how high up you are.
Yeah.
And that is the worst bit because you've got to go back and then you've got to sort of edge yourself forward to go. But then once you go, like the free fall's cool. Like when you free fall down and then you pull like the little bit and then obviously it goes a little bit, yeah, sort of steady. Then they pull the proper parachute. And then when you're going down, because it's so loud when you're falling, it's really, really loud in your ears. And it's so cold as well. Like you can struggle to get a breath, especially in Scotland. But then once you pull the full parachute, the guy even let me steer it a wee bit. And it's like so quiet.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's like so quiet, so because you're so high up, you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like obviously you normally hear cars or birds or anything that's around, but it's literally just quiet. You can't hear anything. It's just so, and then you're like, it's like you're floating. So that bit was cool, but yeah, I was still so happy once I hit the ground. I was like, yeah, I'm never doing that again.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, one day. I keep saying
I would recommend it. Like if you do feel like you want to do it, definitely do it. Don't be put off with what I'm saying there. It's just for me. Once I've done it, I was like, yeah, I'm happy I've done it, but yeah, I don't want to do that again.
Awesome. Right, we've got the last question, which is from Craigie191. If you could only play 3 games for the rest of your life, what would your 3 be across any console?
Mm-hmm. So I did see this question because Craigie sent it to me, so I've had a little think about it. But so I would probably say for me, it would definitely have to be Robocop versus Terminator on the Mega Drive.
Mm.
Probably Fallout 4, because I really love it. And it's got so much you could play it forever, basically, just with everything that you can do in it and keep going. And I would probably say Chapman 0102. Because I played it that much and I could easily just keep playing that game all the time. If I was ever going to get fed up of it, I would have been fed up of it by now. And I'm not. So, yeah, I think that would be my 3.
Cool. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't struggle with this one. I was pretty certain with what I was going to choose. So, to be honest, I think we've probably mentioned them all in this episode. So, first one, definitely Metal Gear Solid. Second one, definitely The Last of Us. And the third one would be Ni no Kuni, which is where Mr. Drippy's from. So yeah, Ni no Kuni. It's just one of those titles that not many people have heard of, but it's a really good game. But it's a bit like a role playing game of sorts. But yeah, I've probably mentioned it before, but you play as this little boy. Something tragic happens. Mr. Drippy comes along and says, "I can help you reverse this. You need to come to Ni no Kuni, which is like a alternative universe to the one that you're living in." And then you go there, you learn to be a wizard, and yeah, it's such a long game, but it's made from the people. Have you heard of like the movies, like the animes? I think there's one called My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away.
No. I've not really watched a lot of anime stuff and things like that, to be honest.
Yeah, well, the company, I always get this wrong. It's either Studio Ghibli or Studio Ghibli. That's like the company, but they had part in making Ni no Kuni. Like they did like some of the cutscenes and stuff. But yeah, like those would be my 3: Metal Gear Solid, Last of Us, and Ni no Kuni.
So is that a PS1 game then?
Kuni, oh, Ni no Kuni. It first came out on the PS3.
All right, okay.
And then they remastered it for the PS4 and Switch.
Right.
And then since then they've done Ni no Kuni 2 as well, which is a completely different story. It's like completely different character stuff. I didn't think it was as good as the first one, so they changed like a lot of like the mechanics and stuff. But yeah, if you wanted to play it, it's on PS4.
Yeah, I might have to have a wee look at it then. If you've recommended it, once I get fed up with the Precinct, I'll try and have a wee look at that and see what it's like.
Yeah, it's good. It's like it's definitely a story-based game, but Yeah, Mr. Drippy. Like I say, he's Welsh. He's just this Welsh
Yeah.
fairy. But he's got like a really deep voice. He's really funny. He's like the one that gets you through.
Class.
Right then, so that's all the questions. So thank you everybody for giving those questions. Some really tricky ones there as well, weren't there?
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have more like that, please, for the next episode. So I think next episode is going to be episode 10. So do we think that's going to be the last one for this season, this series?
Yeah, it could be, I suppose. If we do that and then have our thinking caps on what we can bring back for season 2, possibly.
Yeah. Be interesting. We might just end it there and just never go back. It'll be like a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
We'll keep people guessing.
Never. We've got too much. We've got too much to say. We've got way too much to say.
Awesome. Right. So it's time for your quiz. Are you ready?
Reading this now. No.
Right. So similar to what you've done, I've got 10 facts. So obviously I'm now a world record holder of getting 1,000 points, or the quickest to get 1,000 points on the Westlife Fan-o-Mania. So I thought it'd be good to do something based on gaming world records. And I'm gonna tell you what the world record is for. I'm gonna give you a number. It's just gonna be a random number, and you've got to tell me whether or not it's higher or lower than that number.
Right. Okay.
So we'll try the first one. So this is fact number 1. So the best-selling video game of all time. This title belongs to. Do you want to have a guess?
Maybe like Tetris, maybe not.
No.
No. Best.
It's a blocky type game.
Blocky type game.
They recently brought a movie out about it with Jack Black in it.
Oh, Minecraft, it'll be, is it?
Yeah.
Minecraft more than Tetris and everything, yeah?
Yeah.
Suppose I'm too old for Minecraft. Well, maybe not, actually. Loads of old people play it too. I think I looked at it once and I have no clue what you're meant to do in it, and that was enough for me.
So yeah, the best-selling video game of all time, the title belongs to Minecraft, having sold over blank copies across various platforms since its initial release in 2011. So the number I'm going to give you is 400 million, and you've got to tell me whether it's higher or lower than that number. The actual.
I think it'll be higher. I think it'll be more than that. Because it was 2000 and what did you say there?
2011, so 14 years ago.
Jeez, I can't think it was that old. I'm going to say that's about. Yeah, I think that's got to. That'll be more. I think that'll be more about how big it is.
So it's actually lower. It's
is it?
It's 300 million copies.
Jeez, I thought it was about 500 million. To be honest, I thought it'd be more.
So that's the best-selling video game of all time. I think Grand Theft Auto 5 is the second. I've not got the number there.
Mm-hmm.
The second fact: highest Xbox Live gamer score is from a guy, Raymond Stallion83 Cox, who's from the USA. He's the undisputed king of game score, having amassed an incredible blank points as of February 2018. So it's probably more than this now, but his gamer score, the number I'm going to give you is 1 million. Is it higher or lower? I don't know anything about gamer scores.
Yeah, see, mine's, I remember before I moved across, was like 105,000. That was mine.
That's a lot.
It was quite a lot, but again, a lot of it was just picking up easy games that were easy thousands. But then 1 million is a hell of a lot.
So do you think it's
I'm
higher?
going to go more. I'm going to go more. It's going to be higher than that, just purely for the fact that I got to 105,000. Surely, if the person's like the record of it has probably done definitely more than 10 times that, I would think.
Yeah, so you're right. So it is higher, and as of February 2018, his gamer score was 1.746. Oh, wait. 1,746,820. So yeah, 1.75 million.
I wonder what's the total you could get, because there must be a maximum because they don't bring the games out anymore. So there must be
Oh yeah, I get
total
what
you
you're
can't
saying.
get any higher than. Wonder how far off he is of it. Might have to check that.
It's a lot, isn't it?
That's crazy, like.
The third one, oldest gaming streamer. So Yang Binglin, affectionately known as Gamer Grandpa, holds the record for the world's oldest male gaming streamer, continuing to play like Tomb Raider and Resident Evil at the impressive age of blank. So the number I'm going to give you is 85.
See, I thought you were going to say the Call of Duty guy because there's an old Call of Duty guy and there's a woman as well, is there not, that plays it, and I'm sure she's in. Yeah, but it's maybe not Call of Duty, but there's a granny or a granny. It sounds bad saying that, but that's what she is. And I'm sure she's in her 90s. I'm sure she's in her 90s. But this is a guy. What was the age did you give me? 80?
Wait, 85. Is it higher or lower than 85?
Was she in her 90s or was she only in her 80s? I'm going to say there's going to be. I'm going to go higher. I'm going to go higher and say there is somebody that's higher than 85-year-old streaming.
Correct. Yeah. So Yang Binglin is 88 and is the oldest gaming streamer.
Good on
him. Doing that at 88.
Yeah, I know. That's like double my age almost, and I could still be gaming. Not sure what my missus would be saying about that, like, but she might not be here by that point.
Being a nursing home.
Aye, I'll get pieced the game.
Right. Fact 4. First dog to hold a speed run record. Yes, you heard that right.
Dog.
First dog, woof woof, dog to hold a speed run record. This charming record goes to Peanut Butter, aka PB, a 4-year-old Shiba Inu, who, with the help of his human companion, completed Nintendo's 1985 platformer Gyromite in just blank. So I'll do it in minutes.
Right, okay.
So this dog, the number is 30 minutes. Do you think he could speedrun a game in less or more than 30 minutes?
This is.
When I read this, I was like, no.
No way. You know what, now though, right? Now that you've gave this question, whatever the answer is, we have to try and beat that. Because if a dog can do it in this speedrun record, if we then can't do it, then there's something very, very wrong.
It does say.
I'm going to say it done it quicker.
Done it quicker. I'm going to say it does say with the help of his human companion. So who's to say that the human companion just did it? But
yeah,
probably not if it's a world record. You're saying he did it less than 30 minutes?
Yeah.
You're correct. He did it in 25 minutes and 29 seconds.
Right, you're going to have to share the name of that game with me again, so don't forget. So message me.
Gyromite.
Look and see what that game is.
Yeah, I'm going to look at that as well.
Yeah.
I reckon it'll be a game like My Name is Mayo, is it? Where you just tap. It's like a Mayo jar. Tap X. That's all you're going to do for the game. I reckon it'll be like.
Surely, it can't be anything else, surely. Like either that or just moving like left or right, one way or the other. That's it. Oh, no.
Right. Fact number 5. Longest running soccer/football video game series. The FIFA series holds this record with the first game, FIFA International Soccer. Since then, they have been at least. Oh no, I'm not going to read that because that's going to give it away. So you've got to guess how many FIFA titles are out. So the number is 35. Is it higher or lower than 35?
Right. So, FIFA International Soccer. So I'm thinking the Mega Drive, that was 94. So 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. So obviously 2000 would take you up to that. So say We're on the 24th of now. So is that maybe including like FIFA Street as well, though?
Yeah, FIFA, any FIFA title.
Yeah, so
It's got
because you're then
FIFA.
going to have, what, how many, 35, did you say?
Yep.
So straight away, if you've got one for every, now wait a minute though, because that could be a trick question because it's now EAFC, which is technically not called FIFA anymore. So the last FIFA, I think, was 2023. After that, I think it was EAFC 24. But that would have came out. Now, did that come out last year? Right. Right. So I would say there's 23 this millennium, or whatever you want to say. Then there's the 6 that came out before. So that takes you up to 30. You've got FIFA Street 1 and 2. Oh, what other FIFAs was there? There's bound to be others. I'm going to say it's over because there's probably random FIFA games that I can't think of.
So over
I'll say it's over that. Over 35.
Correct. Yep. So there's 41 titles in the series. I don't have the full list.
I was going to say, because I know there'll be like FIFA Street 1 and 2 I know of for the PS2.
Didn't they do like
and then obviously
didn't they do like an Africa one as well? Like a
So you have like the
Africa
World Cup
Cup
ones that come out. So it was 2010 was the South Africa one, and then you've got like mind you, in saying that, yeah, because you've got FIFA 98, but then you also had World Cup 98 that came, so you had FIFA 98 on the Mega Drive, but then you had World Cup 98 that came out on the PS1. So technically that's 2 different games. And then whenever there's like a Euros one, or mind you, in saying that, yeah, because you'll have like the UEFA ones and stuff that came out as well. So yeah, it probably would be then, because you've got the yearly ones and then you have the sort of spin-off. So yeah,
it's a lot.
I'm not surprised in that, to be fair. Now,
right. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6, longest video game marathon. So Kari Swedecke from the USA holds a record for the longest video game marathon, playing Just Dance 2015 for blank hours. So the number I'm going to give you is 47. Is it higher or lower than 47 hours continuously?
I'm going to say higher because I reckon it's going to be 48. Because if you got to 46, 47, 45 hours, you'd be like, well, if we get to 40 hours, I can then claim I've played it for 2 days. So I think it's going to be over.
You're right. It is over. Do you want to hazard a guess to actually how many hours it was?
Is it? I would say 48, but the way you're saying it there makes me think it's way more than that. That it's going to be like a ridiculous amount of day, like 3 days worth or something, or 4 days worth. I've got 4 days.
So what's that? 24, 48.
So like
96 hours.
That's maybe too much, mind you.
So she played Just Dance 2015 for 138 hours and 34 seconds from July 11th to the 17th, 2015.
What's that, about a week? Is that about a week?
It's pretty much a week.
Blimey, must have burnt some amount of calories, that, eh? Jesus.
Imagine staying awake that long. You would just die, wouldn't you? I would die.
No,
I
couldn't do that.
I did the 24-hour stream and I literally stood up and my legs were like buckling, just like, because I couldn't stand up. So imagine dancing for 6 days straight.
Imagine trying to actually, because I know like Just Dance was like obviously you had to do the steps and and tune with the music. Imagine even doing that for like 4 or 5 hours and then still trying to keep to the beat. Never mind doing it like days later and still trying to, unless you were just a zombie like that, doing that would be me. Just put on Thriller all the time, Michael Jackson Thriller, and just stand like that.
Yeah, that's crazy one.
Jeez.
So number 7. Largest video game collection. Antonio Romero Montero from the USA. They're all from USA, these guys. Owns the largest video game collection with a mind-blowing blank games. So the number I'm going to give you is 20,000.
Oh, it'll be more than that. I think I think it'll be close to like 100,000 or something crazy like that. I'm going to go more.
So it is higher, and it's only slightly higher. So he's got 24,268 games. And this collection is estimated to be worth around $2.1 million.
Jeez, how much is it then? That's crazy. 2.1. See, if I had that, my missus would make me sell that instantly. There's no way she would have me sitting in a room. Yeah, there's no way. She'd be like, you've got me working and you've got £2.1 million worth or dollars worth of games and get them on eBay.
Yeah, got me doing 50-hour weeks.
No chance.
Oh, gosh. Right, this next one, which is number 8. Highest score in an arcade video game. So the game is Giga Wing 2. Somebody called Rodrigo Lopez from Brazil achieved an astronomical score of blank points on Giga Wing 2, which is a Sega Dreamcast conversion of an arcade shooter. I can't even imagine what this number is. Let me just see if I can.
Too many zeros.
It's a big number.
Too many nines.
I'm gonna Google. Can you put this in? Oh, 1 second. Right.
I think of what that game is. Is that the one that's like an R-type game? It's like a shooter like that.
Sounds like it, doesn't it? Yeah, it sounds like it. Can you put this number into words?
I'm not cheating. I'm just actually looking at the game. It's just yeah, I know what type of game it is. This sort of type of game. I think never played it, but just the name sounded familiar.
You know what? I'm just going to tell you this one because Google's not helping. So, it's got, so that's millions, that's billions, that's trillions, that's quadrillions. What comes after quadrillions? Man.
That's mental.
So it's 13 something, 617 quadrillion, 120 trillion, 714 billion, 66,509,824.
But tell you how long it took him to get that score, Nat?
It doesn't say. It just says he did it on 27th of February 2008.
Jeez. Yeah. I can't see anyone trying to beat that score anytime soon. God, that must be like hours and hours and hours and hours worth, surely. Yeah. That's
right. We'll go straight to number 9 then. So, most consecutive opponents on Street Fighter 5. So Ryan Hart from the UK holds the record for the most consecutive opponents defeated in Street Fighter 5. He played for 11 hours straight, beating blank challengers in a single sitting. So I assume he's got a machine and there's a controller 2 there. Somebody's come up, he's beat them, next player comes in, and so on. So the number is 340. Is it higher or lower?
Now, I remember there was a similar challenge to this, and I think it was on the remake, the new Games Master. I'm sure it was, and it was a guy from Japan, maybe, and I can't remember the game, and it was like how many people he could beat in an hour, and it was like a crazy amount. I think it was, I've seen it on something anyway, but if you're saying 300, how many hours was it, sorry, in 5 hours, did you say?
11 hours.
11 hours. Yeah. I'd say maybe more than that. If it's Street Fighter, each fight lasts, say, a minute at most. Yeah, I'm going to say more than that. Not much more, but a little bit more.
So it was lower. It was 260 challenges. So I wonder if I don't know. Maybe we'll have to look into that one a bit further and just see how many times you played with each person. If it was
saying that, it'd be best of 3, wouldn't it? Maybe if it's the same, so you'd have to beat them twice. So yeah, maybe. I'm thinking it would just be one fight, but I bet it wouldn't. It would have to be, because it was always best of 2 to 3 falls, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're that good, what's the chances that somebody's actually going to beat you? It's probably going to be 2-0 every time, eh? It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
many games that's probably going to go to the decider, maybe. But maybe then some did, I suppose. But
right, the last one. Fastest speed run for Elden Ring. Any percentage. So basically, that means you don't need to get all the collectibles and stuff. You just literally need to start from point A, finish at point B, which is the start and the end of the game. Right. So while speedrun records are constantly being broken, a notable achievement in recent times is the any percent speedrun of Elden Ring by first 2 weeks. That's the person who did it. Who completed the game in an impressive something minutes, utilizing glitches and zips. So they did glitch and zip. So the time is 15 minutes.
I'm going to say under. I'm going to say it's under 10 minutes. If it's glitches and everything like that, it'll be a ridiculous time that you'll be able to get through it. It'll be something like 6 minutes or something silly like that, I think.
I'm afraid to say it was a bit more. So it was 19 minutes and 49 seconds. But that's still really impressive. Like,
yeah,
considering I've never played Elden Ring, but from what I'm told, it's a big game in it.
Yeah, it is like.
So the fact that you could finish it in 19 minutes sounds crazy.
Yeah, again, that's another one I played and I really liked it, but only ever played it once when it first came out because, again, I just went to like the next game. But again, that was before I had kids and everything, so I could sit for like 4 or 5 hours every night quite happily, gaming without any responsibility.
Those were days, weren't they? Oh,
they were.
take me back.
I know. I've got about 15 years to wait for all that. 10 years, maybe, actually.
Oh, man. Right. Well, yeah, well done. I think you might have got 2, maybe 3 wrong, but that's still
done better than I thought. I've done better than I thought I was going to, so I'll take that as a win.
yeah. Some of those I would never have guessed, especially the dog one, the dog doing a speed run. We're gonna have to look at that. Gyromite, Gyromite, just in case anybody else wants to look at that. But yeah, we'll have to try and beat the record ourselves and maybe post a video or something, or maybe talk about it next episode.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, let's see how we get on. Nice one. Well, yeah, that's it for episode 9, and yeah, I think next week we'll probably do one more. We'll have to think of something special to do. But yeah, then I think that'll be the end of Pixel Pals forever. I think we've milked it to death, haven't we? So, or maybe not.
Next episode, we don't know. You don't know.
You never know. We'll have to see. But yeah, thanks again, everyone. Once again for your support, for your questions as well. Some really great questions today. So if you do think of any questions, please drop us a comment either on his TikTok post, or if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify, just drop them in the comments. You know, we do keep an eye out on those as well. And yeah, for episode 10, we'll make sure that those are included. But yeah, once again, I've been the Yorkshire Gamer. You can find me on TikTok. Again, I'm elsewhere, but yeah, I just never got it. So yeah, if you want to look me up, then just stay on TikTok. And then Dylan, do you want to give yourself a shout out?
Myself as well. Retro Sega 81. Again, mostly on TikTok, but I do post the odd stuff like on YouTube and whatnot as well. But yeah, predominantly TikTok for myself.
Awesome, mate. Right, yeah. Well, thanks again. And yeah, until next time, take care, stay safe, and stay awesome. It's all right.